Cole Palmer to Chelsea. Here we go. Agreement in principle reached between Manchester City and Chelsea Football Club. My friends, if you was hoping on and holding on that Manchester City would see sense and not sell Palmer, or that maybe Palmer would decide that he wants to stay and fight for his position at Manchester City, I'm afraid tonight you will be disappointed. We are now getting the news through in just the last few minutes that Cole Palmer to Chelsea. We have a here we go from Fabrizio Romano. Agreement in principle reached with Manchester City on a £40 million deal plus a £5 million in potential add-ons. Medical tests to be booked soon. Obviously, a little bit of a Photoshop job there done by Fabrizio's media team. But listen, I'm gutted, man. I'm gutted about this. I know some people are not really that forced to like, LB, get over it, man. He only played 40 times. Or LB, you're gassing him up too much. Fairs, I might be gassing him up too much, but I've watched this guy develop through the academy, since he was 16, and I just think that I think he's going to go to the top, and I think he's going to have a great career. And I think that had we give him a few more opportunities in his correct position, then maybe he could have done well. I think maybe in hindsight, with Bernardo staying, Foden still playing right wing, Mahrez being there, maybe in hindsight last year we should have loaned him out. That was probably a mistake, keeping him around the place with that many right wingers. Maybe we thought that, we can use him in midfield, we can use him in left wing. That wasn't the case. Nah, that was never the case. He's a right winger and right winger only, and I hope Chelsea realise that, because otherwise they won't get the best out of him. But honestly, man, I'm gutted about this deal. I'm gutted about this deal. Now, look, the fee, 40 million quid for a guy that's played very little for us, is obviously a great fee. City have done well to get 40 million quid, £5 million in add-ons. They've done well. But I think that Palmer, I think he could have been a great at City. I think he could have been a very good player, man. I think he could have been a very, very good player at City. I'm telling you, when he's out on that right-hand side, he gets goals, he gets assists. And unfortunately, he just wasn't given that opportunity properly last year, which is such a shame. Guys, keep your comments coming in about it. Let me know how you feel, man. Matthew Beezer says, I'm fuming unless we have someone lined up, or will it just be Bob and McAtee taking the minutes? Get the Looney Tunes ting on, bro. You want the Looney Tunes ting? There you go, bro. It's just disappointing. I mean, looking at his numbers, when he plays as a right midfielder or right winger, right mid, he's had 15 games, 11 goals, 5 assists. That's more goals and assists than games. And when he plays as a right winger, he played 7 times, 5 goals, 5 assists, which is again massively more than game time. So I just think that maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we made a mistake last year not loaning him out. I think maybe we should have loaned him out in hindsight. I don't know what I said last year. Maybe I said keep him around the squad, but obviously in hindsight, it's easy to say. We should have probably loaned him out. Let him have that full year of Premier League experience or even Championship as a right winger. And then maybe we would have seen what his ability is. As it happened, you see 9 minutes. You see 9 minutes of his right wing abilities. And I'm telling you, when he's out on that right-hand side, he's a top player, man. He's a top player. And City knew he was a top player. City knew he was a top player. As I tell you, a source close to the player told me, that he was told by City that he was next in line after Mahrez. But this was before last year. And then last year's obviously just, fucked him a little bit, to be honest, because he's not played. So, and it's a tricky one, man. Listen, I'm gutted about the news. Big up to Mohammed says, Doku is more exciting anyway. Does McAtee stay? Listen, Doku's probably more exciting player as the way he plays, but we still have an issue of, do we have enough wingers at the football club? We have 3 for 60 games. Is that enough? Is that enough? For me, it's not enough. I think you need another winger. Now, some people say, well, LB is Oscar Bob, that guy. I mean, it's an impossible question. It's an impossible. I like Oscar Bob. I think he plays his best football as a midfielder, not a right winger. Funny, because we've done the opposite with Cole Palmer. But potentially. But are we saying that this guy who's 19 years old, 18 years old, He's going to be our fourth choice winger. I mean, some of you might be all right with that, and I've not even decided. I might be all right with that. Let me sleep on it. I might tell you tomorrow that actually I'm chill with it. I'm just saying, as a team that is going again I'd like to think we're going again for the Champions League back to back. I'd like to think we're going again for the Premier League. Should we not be going and getting someone else? Or are we happy with Grealish, Bernardo, and Doku, and then maybe Oscar Bob? Maybe we're happy with that. And if we are happy with it, then we're happy with it. What can we do? Tinsay says it was either him or Doku. I don't think so. I don't see why Doku changes anything in that sense. Now, obviously, Doku might have changed it for Palmer because, of course, this morning when we went through the quotes, Palmer basically said, didn't he, 2 weeks ago, that if City signs someone, he's not looking good, Brev, and he might look to leave. But for us, we've had more than 3 wingers at the football club before. I'm not having this. I'm not having this now that, now we've got 3 wingers. That's it. You can't have another one. What? Where's this come from? You know what I mean? We can have another winger. We're allowed 4 wingers. Goatmez. Okay, now, man. Big up Derek, man. Says, bummed. Wanted to see him succeed here. Fee is more than fair, though. Too late for Eze. Listen, again, Derek, completely agree on the fee. I got no problems with the fee. 45 million quid. It's a fair fee. Chelsea didn't even have to pay that much. They've paid at the top end of the bracket there, I think. So got no problems with the fee. City have done well to get 45 million quid out of him. That goes straight to profit, of course, because he's an academy player. So that's great for sort of your accounts and all that kind of stuff. Is it too late for Eze? Probably not. He's got 2 years left on his deal. So could you go back in for Eze? Probably. Do we want to? Don't know. Do we want to? I don't know. I mean, Eze's an attacking midfielder, but he probably can play on the wing. In fact, I remember when we were checking his stats last week, I think he actually does have quite a lot of game time on the wing. But I don't know. I mean, we've got the money there. Someone done the maths before. I'll try and find it, man. But Twitter's just been popping off, hasn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, to be fair. But, the situation was, right, is that you got Paqueta 85 million. Obviously, you've not got him now. You've now got Nunes in at 47. That leaves you, 30 million or something? You've then got the 45 million coming in from Cole Palmer. So, financially, I don't see an issue with us going for Eze. It's just whether or not we actually want him. You know what I mean? And who knows? Maybe we will, but I don't think so. Chicken Wing says 45 million. Take the money. I don't care. Well, listen, the money is fair. The money is fair, and there'll be a lot of people probably sat here sad, but going, to be fair, LB, we've got 45 million. And I get it. If that's what you're saying, completely understand it, to be honest with you, because 45 million is I think is fair. There's a couple of people in the chat, I see Mindful Growth there. You're not happy with it. But let's be honest, if you sat there going 45 million pound isn't enough, you're not a million miles away. You might be saying we should have got 50, we should have got 55, but no one's saying 60 million quid for him. Let's be honest. So it's a good cash. It's great cash. Yeah, more than Mahrez, as Luke says there. And we are sat on dough. Let's do the maths. Let's do the maths on this, right? Let's have a look how much money we're sat on right now, because I'm telling you now, yeah, we've got so much money to spend if we wanted to spend it. Right, so this season, we are currently on a 111 million net spend, right? So then what we need to do is we need to add, that's euros, right? So then what we need to do is we need to do some quick math. So 45 million to euro, which is 52. So we do 116 add 52, yeah? So currently we're on a 168 million euro net spend, but then we need to get the 45, but then we take the same off, yeah, because we're selling 45 million for Palmer. Wait, have I done that right? No, it's 47, isn't it? It's 47. 47 Nunes. Right, so it's 117. Yeah. Add 54. Our net spend's 171. Then you got to take off 52 for Palmer. So our net spend is 119 million euros, which is 102 million pound, right? So that's what our net spend is, 102 million pound. That's after Nunes, after Doku, and after Cole Palmer, right? Last year, our net spend, we made a profit of 9.7 million euros, right? Year before that, we had a net spend of 45 million euros, which is about 40 million quid. You know what I mean? So the previous 2 seasons, you're looking at around what, 30 million quid net spend. So over the past 3 years, we've spent net spend 130 million, probably less actually, probably about 120 million net spend, man. So we have got cash. We have got the cash, and City keep telling us that they're getting 700 million in revenue this year. So Kvaratskhelia season or what? Crazy, man. Interesting question. Would you get Eze now or wait for Verts next summer? I've seen a lot of people in the comments of the last video when I spoke about Cole Palmer earlier on today. I've seen a lot of people in the comments speaking about this, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter speaking about this. This is the question, right? In fact, should we do a poll? Should we do a poll on this, guys? You want a poll? Eze now or Verts next summer? I'm going to put Eze 75 million now, and then Verts, I'm going to say Verts is going to cost, let's say 105 million, because I reckon they're going to want big cash next summer. Right, here we go. Right. Paul is in the chat. Paul is in the chat. What would I do? In an ideal world, I'd want to wait for Verts, but if Foden gets injured between now and when Kevin De Bruyne comes back, I think we have a problem, man. I think we have a problem because I just don't think we're creative enough without Foden or Kevin in there. I have no issue with Kevin being out at the moment. You know, people can say whatever, but I think Foden's going to do just a good enough job in this short period of time, this next 3 months, to get us through. We don't have to be top of the league by 20 points. We just have to be up there in the race for the title, get us out the Champions League group stage, which we should be able to do without Kevin De Bruyne. FA Cup doesn't start until 2024. And Carabao Cup, let's just see what happens, yeah? So the worst competition that we're in terms of, like, prestige. So people are not even that asked. But if he gets injured, that's going to be a tricky situation, man. That's why I'd argue you might want to, if you want to wait for Verts, obviously it's a gamble, but you have to keep McAtee. You cannot let McAtee go. You just cannot let McAtee go if you don't sign an attacking midfielder, in my opinion. So McAtee stays. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a tricky question. It is a tricky question. I do like them both, but I think Verts has the potential to be like world class, and he's only young, you know. But let's see. Chicken Wing says, although I don't understand him going to Chelsea, if it's about game time. Well, it's a bit of a good question, no? Is this not a good question from Chicken Wing? Is this not Chicken Wing? Let's have a look at the Chelsea squad again. Right, so let's go to the wingers, yeah? So obviously he's being sold, I think, so discount him. Obviously Jackson's a striker. I imagine Nkunku will play behind Jackson. Let me just get the chat back up because I've lost the chat. Chicky wing. Yeah, I imagine Nkunku won't play on the wing. He'll play behind the striker. Sterling's going to play on the wing, so he'll play right wing. So straight away, Cole Palmer's going to Chelsea where he's got Sterling in front of him. So that doesn't really make too much sense. But obviously, it's only one player. Mudryk, I think, plays more off the left. Madueke, though, doesn't he play as a right winger? I've not seen that. I've not seen too much of Madueke, but I'm sure Madueke plays as a right winger, unless that could be chatting. I could be chatting shit, but let me just have a look at his stats. Let me have a look at his numbers. Madueke. Yeah, Madueke's a right wing, isn't it? Is that Sterling and Madueke? Yeah. Madueke stats: 97 games played as a right winger, 13 as a striker, 8 as an attacking mid, 3 as a left winger. So he's got Madueke in front of him. He's got Sterling in front of him. And that's it. So he's got 2 players in front of him, but he'll have 2 players in front of him at City: Bernardo Silva and what's he called? Doku. But the thing is with Doku, what about if Doku ends up playing more on the left side? What about if Grealish gets injured or dropped or put into the midfield, then he could be next in line, you know? So, listen, I don't know. How much money is he going to get paid there? He's obviously going to get a big pay rise, I'd imagine. I think he's on 25 grand a week at City. I'd imagine it'll probably end up doubling that at least at Chelsea. So I'm not saying it's for the money, but he will get a big pay rise nonetheless. But I'm gutted about him going. I'm really gutted about him going. If I could speak to him, bro, on the phone, I'd be like, please, man, don't do this. Palmer will never be City quality. Never was. Well, this is the great thing about football, man, because everyone's got a different opinion, but I disagree. I think he is good enough. I think he is good enough given the chance. Dodgy Currency said we had talked with Kvaratskhelia in February. I like him. Think he can obviously he plays left wing, sort of off the left hand side. I like him. Do like him. I mean, everyone likes him. Let's be honest. And LJ says makes zero sense from the club or Cole's point of view. He won't play. Maybe he just wants a new challenge. Maybe he wants to move down to London. Who knows? You know, and you don't know what's going around people's heads, innit? People, you know, you don't know what goes around people's heads with this kind of stuff. So, I don't know. We'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. But yeah, let me just double check if there's anything else coming out on this one. Nah, there ain't nothing else. Just the fact that he's gone. 40 million quid, 5 million in add-ons. Pain. The question is now, the main question that I'm looking at now is, do we sign a replacement? Do we have enough with 3 wingers right now? Because that's what we've got. We've got 3. And people can say, oh, Oscar Bob, yeah, but he's not played a single minute so far, you know what I mean, this season. So I'm not putting him in that bracket yet. I think he's still going to be in and around the sort of training. I think we need another option. I think we need another player. I think City need to go and get another player with 2 days left of the transfer window. I think we're light. We've got 3 wingers, man. 3. I still think that's light. I do. I think McAtee should stay if we're not getting an attacking midfielder. And I think I'd probably not loan Bob. I'd keep him around the squad. And then I'd sign a winger. So, yeah, it's a bit of a madness. Big up to Luke, man. Said they probably offered him a fat 8-year deal. Well, that's it. You know what I mean? He might want to move to London. You know, and the facts are, he had a tough year last year. You know, you can't say anything other than that. He had a tough year last year. He played 800 minutes. He played 9 minutes in his preferred situation. He's coming on Twitter, seeing people on Twitter saying, Cole Palmer's never going to make it at City. The guy's dead last year. Like, these are City fans, man, slagging him off on socials. You know, the guy's 19, 20, 21. He's going to be on social media seeing all them comments. That's why I always try and tell people on the streams and that, try and chill a little bit when you're going ham at players on social media, man, because especially when they're young, you know what I mean? Because they see it. So he's probably just had enough. He's probably thought, you know what? I didn't play last year. When I did play, you played me out of position. You know, let's go to Chelsea. Let's double, triple my wage. Let's get a big contract and let's see what we can do down there in London. Who knows? So yeah, sad news for me personally, but there you go. Cole Palmer has joined. Well, he's not official yet, but he's joining Chelsea. 40 million quid is the transfer fee. £5 million in add-ons. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're watching this back on replay, are you sad? Are you not bothered? What do you make of the fee? I've seen a few people say it's a little bit low, but I think it's a fair deal. Let me know in the comments in the comment section below. Might do a Carabao Cup stream later for the draw. Might not do. Don't know. See what's cracking. And yeah, I'll leave it there. Peace out, people. See you in a bit.